All right, welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
All right, hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast here for your Friday.
It's Friday, and I got a belly full of jalapeno wine. Who wants to play?
Okay.
It's Friday. It's Friday. No, damn, man. You left me hanging.
Gotta get down on Friday.
It's too late now.
I hate that song.
Momentum's been killed. That beat goes off hard.
The beat does. Your version was kind of slow. I needed more from you.
Okay. Well, I'll just go fuck myself.
Well, I got a lot of enthusiasm for the now sold-out KVJ live show at PJ National Resort and Spa happening tomorrow night. Amanda said, so this is my Feel Good Friday. I want to say that I'm going to be at the KVJ live event. I'm very excited to drink with you guys. I'm also looking forward to making some friends out there.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at the attendee list, and there are a lot of people flying solo. A lot of people bought one ticket, and they're coming in ready to mingle. I hope that we have love connections. I hope new friends are made. I don't know about you, but I plan to be there even after the show, getting a little more turnt.
Maybe a little KVJ boinking, as they say in the business.
Hey.
What would that business be? Prostitution?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility that two people meet at the show Saturday night and they end up hooking up and a KVJ baby is made the night of the KVJ live.
Yeah, but let's not, let's just have them have sex. No baby on the first night. It's too soon. Let's get them to know each other first.
It's a great story, though. If they make a baby the night of the show and they just met at the show.
Yeah, people usually love getting someone pregnant on a first time one night stand kind of situation.
Just what I was hoping for. Yes. Awesome. That's
Got one
great.
past the goalie.
Yep. All right.
Well, how did you make kind of like a hot carnal story suck?
Yeah.
Child support for 18 years.
Yeah. Woo. Just what I wanted.
Ooh, out of money. No more free time. All my dreams are gone.
Another Virginia, this one from Pompano Beach, said, I have so many similarities to the real V. Born July 1973, got an 11-year-old boy, dark hair, properly showcased larger boobs, champagne every day.
Love it.
Twizzlers are the best candy, fight me.
Oh, I love that, too.
And if it ain't elevated, why bother?
Amen, girl.
So looking forward to meeting my sister from another mister.
Oh, my soul sister.
That's right.
Come to me, Virginia.
Hey, sister.
We must be friends.
Oh, that's a creepy voice.
And Clara said, longtime listener, all the way from the beginning, growing up with you guys. I was in high school when I started listening back at Station 1. So excited about the live show. I wasn't going to come because I'm actually moving tomorrow. I figured it was probably too much. I live about an hour away. But yesterday I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go. I've had a really shitty last few months, and I deserve to laugh and have some fun. My wife of 10 years, 13 together, decided she was no longer a lesbian and cheated on me with a man.
Oh, shit.
Now we're divorced, and that's why I'm moving tomorrow, but all is okay. I'm doing better, and I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to seeing y'all and laughing my ass off.
You know what? We leave our problems at the door on Saturday night. You take a couple hours off from your problems to have some fun.
Yeah, and I do know some lesbians that'll be more than happy to bring you into the fold.
Okay.
They are definitely going to be there at the show.
Yes, we have a lot of lesbian listeners.
We welcome everybody.
Yes, we do.
No one is turned away.
Absolutely.
Straight, gay, weird.
The only people we turn away are the real dick faces.
Or the bestiality. I'm not really down with that.
Yeah, no. We actually keep the dick faces around. Bestiality, very much against.
Dick faces, come on in.
Yeah, come on in, dick faces.
Horse fuckers, you leave it at the door.
Yes, we all can be a dick face, but we are not all horse fuckers.
The one thing that we're going to have to I guess, get maybe a little bit in advance is got to figure out what kind of questions we're going to be faced with in Share or Shot. So the rules of the game are you get to come up and ask us a question, and if we choose not to answer it, we got to do a shot to maintain our silence is what it is. But it's all made on questions. If the questions are good, the segment's fantastic. But if they're kind of like, lukewarm, then they're not great. So I'm probably going to start soliciting a few today, even on social media, and just see what we got there. And then when we meet our VIPs tomorrow before the show, we'll be asking them. So, start thinking. And the only guidelines that we have on it is it can't be any things with numbers. Like, we're not going to give away, bank accounts and social securities and things like that. So we cover that because that's like, all right, you can't, ruin your life on that. But it's supposed to be more prying personal type stuff is the guideline of the questions.
Like the behind the scenes dirt on some scenario in our family that you knew we were involved in.
Right. That you'd be like, okay, they haven't talked about it, so clearly they don't really necessarily want to talk about it. So that's where you find a weakness and you go all in on that for the segment.
Good. That's good stuff.
Is it possible that one member could get all the shots?
Well, what we're going to do is not one person. If you've done 3 shots, you're out. So that's it. So it's 3 strikes. We have to, because, trust me, there's already a lot of discomfort from corporate about the drinking. So I'm like, all right. So I had to put a few, okay, here, we'll do it with this. There's some limitations on that because they're like, okay, if somebody gets alcohol poisoning even on the show, then, we're sued and can't do that.
On this game, Share or Shot, that means potentially that person could have to drink 3 shots in that segment.
3 shots in that segment. Yeah, so I was telling you earlier, if you basically lose everything as a show member, you could walk away doing 3 shots and chugging 1 beer.
That will fuck me up.
That would be enough. You'll be feeling that. 3 shots, 1 beer.
We all know there's going to be a pregame.
Well, there's also going to be an in between the pregame.
Right. So you'd be drinking all the time while you're out there. So I'm like, all right. So, considering how much is going to be consumed before and during, I'm like, okay, so that's just so you know going in. If things don't go your way, 3 shots, 1 beer, you'll be adding to your total.
Pregame starts at noon, right?
Fuck no. No.
You pussy.
Yes, I've learned, but I'm a learned pussy.
Do you want me to come pick you up?
I don't know. Let me think about this.
Or are you riding with your boys?
The stack pack?
Yeah.
I'm not. No, I'm not sure. You're asking me too many questions.
Because I'll make you a roadie.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm not getting that fucked up before the show.
I think last year was a banana daiquiri with strings attached, right?
It was a banana daiquiri.
And I'm not going to lie, man, it was really good.
It was thick. It was sweet. I know how to tickle his pickle.
It was 3.5 feet tall.
It was such a big drink.
Yeah. Huge cup.
It was, but you know what? It was one of them things where I kept on going back because the aftertaste was, so nice. It was good.
Yeah, so we need to get some really good questions. And if you can't make it out there, I might use some of those questions. If it's a really good question, I know it's going to make the person squirm.
I love it.
Then we'll have some of those as backup, just so you know when we go in that there's going to be some compromising and uncomfortable questions that we have to face. Because we have done it before where we didn't really screen the questions. We're like, okay, let's just see what we get. And I remember walking through the segment and we went through like 8 questions that are all pretty easy and nobody really was stressed. So I want to make sure that, that's a tough one. We want that kind of like, okay. Yeah. So if it's likely we would not answer it, those are the questions we want. So if it goes great, there'll be 9 shots consumed in that segment. If it goes well. That's how I would say, I put that challenge to you. You should try to make every show member do 3 shots. If you did, then you guys really brought it.
So make those questions good. Mm-hmm. Make them juicy. Make them very invasive. Make them personal.
Absolutely.
Well, you can't really lose because if you have to take all the shots, you're going to be fucked up in the podcast or you get a good answer. Mm-hmm. So
you can't lose. That's why it's fun. A fun little segment. If it's done right, the only way you lose is if they're pretty easy questions and you're like going, yeah, my wife's name's Kim.
No, here's a good one.
Yeah.
So, why did Marianne and Virginia not like each other? Oh gosh, this question.
Yeah, and that's the ones we do try to weed out too. I know because somebody like, you never asked my question. I'm like, we've talked about that.
We've answered that
8,000 times. Like,
8,000 times.
and I know you'd be the one person like, oh, I never heard this, but everybody else would be groan.
They start throwing eggs and tomatoes at us.
Yeah.
Don't give nobody no ideas.
No, our audience is cool, man.
Yeah, and I know people are saying, look, I do the same. I will play honest, and I'll have Denny's. I'll have everybody look at them. I'll make sure all eyes see them. But yeah, I would not weed out. I'm not going to answer that. So I'm not going to weed out tough questions for me. I want tough questions for me. So I can think of already a few that if somebody asked them, I'd be doing the shot.
So Riggy Ralston ain't gonna rig this.
No, because I want good content.
Yeah.
I realize if I'm uncomfortable, the audience is probably enjoying it.
If it sucks for us, it's great for the audience.
Yes.
That's just how it goes. Yeah, Kevin will not rig this.
If I'm not uncomfortable in that segment, I'm going to feel worse because I'm like, this isn't edgy enough.
In fact, if the questions are shitty, he might scratch the segment.
True.
And that's why I'm kind of looking. It is possible that if we don't get one going, I might, I might be like, I know they're the good. Do we have a Tom here? Okay, no Tom, but yeah, I got a question for Jaybird.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you don't get any good ones, you can come up with some too.
Yeah, I've got a few on deck. So I think it will be there because I can think of a few that'll make us squirm. If I'm having to write them, then it's not ideally what I want.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So something to look forward to.
Yeah, you guys stand up and deliver. Give us hard questions.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely. So, people already they're going back into my past, and there's a lot of stuff in there that should probably remain buried that might come out. So.
Oh yes, so many skeletons, Ralston.
So many skeletons. Yeah.
The fuck people saying? Don't read the comments.
Don't read the comments.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already seeing shit that fuck that. Yes, people get it wrong sometimes. All right, stop reading the comments.
Yeah, I already see one that somebody has in the chat. I know Jaybird's not going to answer, so.
And it's wrong. Virginia made it sound like Honeyface is super, super young, and she's not super, super young.
Yeah.
She's not. She's younger than I am.
Prove it. March her ass out there on stage.
Like, you're going to have to tune in, but something tells me the bird's going to be getting a buzz.
Michael said, I'm curious if you guys have thought about changing the opening to the show with the new studio. No, I haven't, and I don't know that we would. I mean, visually it's changed, but, ultimately what we're trying to do is not really change anything about the show. We want it, you would have no idea that we're in a new studio except for the visual part of it, so... Yeah, I think we'll keep it. I've seen that before, too, where shows have changed their theme. And to them, they probably said, people got to be burned out on this. They don't like it. My personal feeling about show opens, it doesn't matter. Keep it forever.
Yeah, I am with you on that.
Because it's a sing-along. It's a fun... I like singing along to it.
Yeah, absolutely. We played the Scooby-Doo theme yesterday, and I know Scooby-Doo they changed the theme a couple times. Like, just keep the original. It was not broken. Just stay with it.
They did that with Boy Meets World, and it was one of the few times where they took the original theme, and it did suck, and then they wrote a banger, and it's Boy Meets World. But, I don't like when they changed this theme. They should have kept that in the beginning and just stayed with that the whole time.
Mm-hmm, yeah. I agree with that. That's it. Just imagine if they thought, you know what, this Cheers theme, I don't know. We need a new theme. And they went with something radically different that was...
I love that guy who wrote that. He wrote 3 major bangers, that guy.
Yeah, so imagine if they changed the Cheers theme. You wouldn't like that.
Yeah, there's a full version of that Cheers song. It's about 3.5 minutes long, and the lyrics are fucking... maniacal and bizarre.
Is that Andrew Gold guy you like?
No, it's Gary Poitenoy. Yeah, no one knows who the fuck he is, but yeah.
Okay.
But he's very good, very good. He wrote 3 big ones you guys know.
Which other ones?
It was Punky Brewster.
Oh, I love Punky Brewster.
It was the one I just said, and then it was I'll give it to you on Monday. I can't think right now.
Tiki Mike, it said, Virginia, there is some dirt and beef going on between Liver King and Joe Rogan, and it's juicy and all over social media, and I assume you all know. I'd love to hear what Virginia finds out about this beef.
Yeah,
Who's Liver King?
He's some dude that I think Netflix did a special on him. He claims to eat nothing but liver.
Yeah.
I don't deep dive into Joe Rogan. I mean, I'm all about a beef. Mm-hmm. I need to be educated on it.
Okay. Yeah, I think he threatened to kill him. He said he's going to, I think something like that.
He actually showed up. What had originally happened, he showed up to fight Joe Rogan is what he's doing. And so when he showed up in Austin, he actually wound up getting arrested being there. And so I don't know, necessarily why that was. I guess he got too close or something like that. So he's calling out Joe Rogan for doing that. And then his real name is Brian Liver King Johnson. And then he was arrested. It was on Tuesday, charged with a misdemeanor for making a terroristic threat. He posted Instagram videos challenging Joe Rogan to fight while wearing a wolf pelt and carrying firearms.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to accept a challenge to fight from a guy holding a gun either.
That doesn't sound like a fight. That sounds more like a duel.
It does. And I'm not strapped, so yeah, I'm a pass.
Yeah.
What the hell?
He looks a little unhinged.
So does he have a show? Who is this Liver King?
He has Instagram, and he's got 3 million followers.
Okay.
He claimed that the guy's massively ripped, and he had claimed it was just by eating liver and eating raw meats and things like that was his thing. And
I like raw meat. I eat raw meat.
Yeah, and I'm sure it gives you all of those well-defined muscles.
I mean, yeah, look how fit I am.
I'm sure it was just all liver that he was doing.
And so what Joe Rogan had said, and that's, I think, why there was that connection. Joe Rogan had said, there's no way this guy's not doing steroids. I know what it looks like, and you don't get that ripped and that shredded without steroids. And then finally the guy, Liver King, broke down. He's like, yeah, I do steroids. And it cost him a lot of viewers because, in a sense, he was living a lie. He was saying it's just because people then started following his diet.
Right.
Saying, okay, let's eat the raw meats and do all this kind of stuff just like Liver King.
And I'm not ripped.
Yeah.
Well, Liver King's not a young dude. You cannot be that fucking ripped at a certain age where
so
you're not getting a little extra oomph. I'm sorry.
He's full of shit.
Well, some of these guys, they're in their 50s and they're built like a brick shit house, and they try to say, no, it's natural. I'm just eating chicken. Fucking doing my protein powder. Horse shit.
It's testosterone.
Of course it is. It's something.
It works.
It's not just them eating good and hitting the gym.
Yeah. So then when he got out, he kind of doubled down on it and, called out Rogan again on this. I don't know if, let me see if this will play here. No, Denny's, do you know how I play audio off the computer now? Remember the first day it just played. And now, of course, today it won't play.
Well, it's kind of like a game, Kev. You never know what button
it is. Denny's and I have been playing that every day. We come in here and we're just like, I don't know.
You just put him in jail.
Oh, there it goes.
It's right
okay.
I thought that was Denny's for a second. I'm like, damn, Denny sounds different.
Denny's, you got some ballsy voice on you.
Yeah, it's on this thing right here. Okay, so
all
let
right.
me get this for you. So here he is, Liver King.
Scorpion. How do you get ready for a fight? How does Liver King get ready for a fight? Blue Scorpion. Denny's Rexler, she introduced me to it. It's sort of gives you a new
Guy's got a super long beard too.
And,
he's got long hair that's kind of pulled back. He looks like he's squirrely.
Unhinged.
Yeah, he looks very unhinged.
Have the Violent Crimes Division. Have them come arrest him.
And he's putting something in a syringe, so I don't know. He's squirting something in his mouth. What is this?
The whole time that terroristic threat you thought was a bomb or something inside that box was actually a present back for you and your mothership colleagues for having my wife and me in mothership that I've held on to for a while, just looking for the right time to give it to you. So the terroristic threat that was reduced to I actually don't want to say any details nor any names. But that's how you get ready for a fight. And you thought the videos would stop, but they will never stop because, when you fight out of a principle, you got an infinite amount of venom. And then we'll...
Yeah, he looks nuts. If I were Rogan, I'd be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's time for a restraining order.
Yeah. And also, too, Joe Rogan gets nothing, fighting this guy. There are a lot of people, and that's what they do, is they find somebody with bigger numbers than them, and they want to glom onto their clout by getting in their universe. And, if you're bigger than somebody, I would be like, no, because I'm helping you out. Why would I do that?
That guy looks like he just came off the mountain that he's been up on for like all his life.
Yeah.
That guy looks scary AF.
Yeah, exactly. So that's Liver King.
And Joe Rogan would probably knock him the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
think. Look, I don't know what Liver King does to fight. A lot of these guys are getting older too.
Yeah, and I don't know. I know Joe Rogan, does all the play-by-play for the MMA and that kind of stuff, and he's been in that world for a while. I don't know. Joe may be an amazing fighter. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think
his own skills.
I think he's in his mid or late 50s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, okay.
Which nowadays, because he does all kind of stuff to keep him all ripped. I mean, the 50s are different than 50s back in the day.
I know.
With all this stuff.
I'm in it.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, you look great.
Barely holding on.
And Kelly was saying here the other day when you were talking about the Meet the Fockers movie and Barbara Streisand might not be in it again because she wasn't being paid enough, and you were talking about how she made the $7 million to the $15 million for Owen Wilson. She said, I think you were actually talking about Ben Stiller, not Owen Wilson.
Okay, well, that definitely makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Might have been. I actually got that, and against, as we're starting to find out, that was something that it was just on the fly, and I hadn't thought about. I'm like, yeah, I should break down who made what. And so I went right to like a ChatGPT search, and that's what came up. So if it did, it fed me bad stuff. So I don't know. It could be.
The other thing, too, Owen Wilson was in the first movie, too, and he was a big part of the movie. He was,
yeah.
And, I mean... What the fuck is Babs talking about?
Don't you come for Babs.
It's not that I'm coming for Babs. I just don't think she has a very good fight.
And then that's what that segment was all about was, okay, well, where in all this do you think something is unfair? And so we kind of broke down because she had made $7 million and Robert De Niro made 20. Now, Ben Stiller made 20. So I'm looking at it now. So I guess Owen Wilson did get actual 15. So I think that was correct.
He was in both movies. He was a get at the time.
Yeah.
Do you remember how hot Owen Wilson was for a while?
Yeah.
He was big.
Yeah,
he was in a lot of fucking movies.
Wedding Crashers and a lot of movies around that time.
Zoolander 2, all that shit. Mm-hmm. Zoolander 2, we won't count that.
Zoolander is the bomb.
I hated it when I first saw it.
Really?
But they'd always run on HBO, and it's one of those movies that kind of you end up liking it.
It's in the computer.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And this email is about Owen Wilson on Hot Ones. I'd seen that today. Boy, that show gets some really good guests. And honestly, it's a pretty solid show. And I guess the exposure on it's so great, and the clips, where they eat the hot wings with the really crazy hot sauce on it is what that show is. But it's been good. The interviewer, Sean Hayes, I think is his name or something like that. Sean something or other. I thought.
He's good.
He's very good. He's great on that show. I don't know how
he's forgettable, but I know he's good.
Yeah, you're right. Why did I forget his name? But
I can't remember his name either. And I've listened to him and made mental note of how good he is.
He's very good. He's very good. Does a great job. I don't know what his sphincter must look like because he's eating right there with the guests all the time, nonstop, massively hot wings. I mean, that thing has got to be. He's going to have no bowel control after 50.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he's going to crap his pants every day. So here he is on Hot Ones.
Sean Evans, that's right. Sean Evans
here with Owen Wilson, and they're trying Da Bomb sauce on Hot Ones in this clip.
So this next one, if you're ready,
get weird,
is Da Bomb Beyond Insanity.
It's called what?
Da Bomb Beyond Insanity.
Okay.
He's such a delivery.
If the title of my memoir was just Winging
Yes.
It, then this would be a chapter.
Da Bomb Beyond Insanity.
I won't say what part of my life.
All
I can't imagine this one flying off the shelf, but wow, I'm getting a kind of a funny, this one just keeps going.
Yeah.
This one's living.
I'm going to drink some milk too, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, he's good. He's got really good delivery.
He
Wilson does. And it says after he did the hottest sauce, Sean asked about the lines from his movies. The limes from his movies. Is that right? Limes?
Probably
limes or lines?
I meant lines.
Yeah. Because I don't know, does Owen Wilson always have limes in his movie?
I don't think so.
I don't remember that.
It's another lime in an Owen Wilson movie. Okay. Yeah, might be worth checking out. I think that's the new episode, and they're promoting that.
Okay.
Christina in Brooklyn said, just a gentle column out here. The show Parks and Rec, it's Parks and Rec, not Parks and Recs. That might be me that said that. I don't know. Probably botched that.
It could have been me too.
Yeah.
And I love that show.
Also, if you haven't watched The Good Place yet, I would highly recommend it. I think Jaber would love this show because it explores what happens after we die and other deep philosophical questions in a really funny and interesting way. It was made by the creator of Parks and Rec.
Good job, Kevin.
There you go.
Very good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I think that's a Netflix show, and I think I have that on my watch list. But my list, I was looking at it the other day, I probably have 60 shows on.
I saw your list. Yeah. It's so funny. He has a whole running list of this series.
I know. I saw it too. I was like, whoa.
And you had it out, and I wanted to read it. You should post that. I think people would be interested of seeing, of kind of seeing what Kevin wants to watch, and you'll be able to tell in the comment section what's the one to go to next.
Yeah, it would be, because you're right. A lot of this is just, and I'm always moving shows up and down on the list. In fact, I need to add the new, was it John Hamm? Is that his name?
Or not Severance?
Yeah, we talked about it, I think, yesterday. I was like, I got to write that down. I don't have it on there. But yeah, pretty much everything I'm watching, it's all stuff that's, and I've got that. And you know what? That's further down on my list. And because I've been hearing so much about it, I'm going to have to move shrinking up on my viewing list. But yeah, I'll show you. If you're watching KVJ TV, I'm going to put that right at the top. And I think there's a couple shows in here that I'm always taking out as well. So, but yeah, I would say, if you're looking at that, how many would you say I got on my list?
Damn.
Yeah, it's probably
30.
Probably about 30.
I bet you any money it's 33.
Yeah, okay. 33? Well, we'll see. I mean, even that. I mean, how long would it take to watch all that?
Oh,
a long time.
That's a 10-year plan right there.
It is. Well, and it's like I'm Welcome to Wrexham is what I'm on right now, but I'm on the fourth and right now the final season, the season that they've made. So I'll be done with that soon.
I watched something that you have had nice things to say about. I was on a Delta flight and they had the in-flight entertainment, that little screen in front of me. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, let me see what kind of movies they got. And you always talk about John Wick.
Yeah.
I watched John Wick.
The original, the first one.
The first one.
Had the dog in it?
The dog.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of stupid.
Really?
I was like,
why do you think you would have liked that?
Like, it's a
hit, man.
It's dumb. It's really dumb.
I mean, well, it's like if I watched the Kardashians or anything like that, I'd be like, this is fucking stupid. I know that's not my style of show. But I think if you like action and Hitman, you can't say, I mean, they've made 4 of them.
I do like action and Hitman, but I think, I don't know.
Then why would they make so many?
He's at the gas station and this guy wants to take his car. So the guy then comes to his house to steal his car and kills his dog. And then they happen to know all the same people. Like, it's fucking stupid.
Because they're all kind of in that world. I don't think it's stupid at all. I think it's a great movie.
I didn't get it.
I thought, I'm going to play middle porridge right now because I thought it was a good movie, but I think it was overrated. I thought it was good, but everyone talks about the John Wick movie like it's Die Hard. And
it's not Die Hard.
I don't.
Die Hard's
solid.
fucking
It's
For the
great.
same reasons why Virginia didn't like the movie, it was the same reasons there was too many coincidences. And for me, I didn't, but it was still a solid, it's not a bad movie by any means.
That's the only coincidence that you really have.
It gets so much hype. And
the weird thing about it was out for a while. In fact, I think I saw it when it was about 4 years old, and I didn't really hear a lot of hype on it. And then I watched it. I'm like, you know what? Why is this not getting more hype? And then somewhere around that time, it aged later. It seemed like it really, then people started checking it out, and then for whatever reason, it got a lot more popular, and that's when they started making the sequels.
I love revenge movies. They're some of my favorite kind of movies, and I was jacked up to watch it, and I thought it was good, but I go, everyone's hyping it up this much? I thought it was good.
It's a C+ at best.
No, it's not. If you like these kind of movies, it's
I do like those kind of movies. I do.
I still stand by it. I think it's a great movie.
Me and Virginia are in the minority. I know everyone loves it. It's a beloved franchise.
I won't speak that way for the other ones. I think the other ones, you can, without a doubt, really critique those hard. But I thought the first one, to me, that's my style, though. Everybody's style is different. I thought it was fantastic.
And that's just what it is when it comes to all this shit. I mean, some of the movies I really, really love, 99.9 of the world would fucking hate. In fact, they would kill me if I showed it to them.
Kill?
So, the Dark Knight of the Scarecrow, if I showed that to people would kick my ass to the point where I don't know if I'm going to make it through.
Well, now you're making everybody want to go see Dark Knight at the Scarecrow.
No, don't watch it because you're going to want to kick my ass.
All right, everybody watch it right before you come to the KVJ Live on Saturday night.
Honestly, I'll be so jacked up, I won't even feel any of those punches.
I'm going to make you a banana daiquiri.
I'm going to turn it into John Wick.
John Wick isn't built to be as badass of how they made him seem in the movie. He's kind of diminutive to be that scary. He's not the boogeyman. He's the guy you send to kill the boogeyman. That's so dumb.
That's badass.
That is so dumb. And he's diminutive in his stand. Like, he's not like
I'm coming in on Monday with a breakdown of Kardashians.
Fuck John Wick.
For every dumb thing you say about John Wick, and on the Kardashians or the Housewives,
he's the guy you kills the boogeyman.
So you think the Housewives are realistic and authentic, but John Wick is all fake and corny?
Yes.
No, she doesn't believe. No,
that's horseshit.
She doesn't believe.
That is absolute horseshit. I'm calling that kind of commentary out.
She doesn't believe.
That's asinine.
She doesn't believe the Housewife. Deep down, she does not believe that shit is real, but she does love the drama of it, and she likes how it's presented. But she knows they're putting shit on for the camera. Don't act like you don't know that.
Some of it's real.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, she doesn't call out any of the inauthenticity on any of those shows, but she's going all in on John Wick.
John Wick's dumb.
Unreal.
I love that Kevin loves it and she hates it.
I'm right there.
I watched it for you.
Why would you watch that movie for me?
Because I was like, Kevin's always going on about fucking John Wick. Let me see what this is all about.
But that's kind of more like the dude genre of movie. There's a better chance you're not going to like that. Of all the things I recommended, you should have done something that's more of a mass appeal.
I like a Dirty Harry. I like a badass. I like those kind of characters.
You old? I mean, you're making my Die Hard reference look so young and fresh.
Die Hard's fabulous. I love that. I just didn't get it. John Wick.
We got some old shitty references, dog.
Yeah, we do.
Where Virginia was on point, though, was her recommendation on the library. Cassie said, yes, you spoke briefly yesterday in the ATS about getting Audible books from the library, and I just wanted to chime in. My family and I were homeless all of last year, and the library literally saved us. Not only could we go there during the day to use the computers, but we could check out books, games, movies, etc. that we could use in the car. Not to mention, we were able to check out a portable Wi-Fi that we could use wherever we were parked.
Wow.
These city libraries are underappreciated lately, but there is always something cool for people to take advantage of. I know technology has spoiled this generation of kids, but there is nothing like browsing a public library.
Amen.
Mm-hmm. And Stephanie said, yes, Virginia, you only have to go to the library to get your free card. Then download Cloud Library, all one word. in the App Store. The app picture looks like an infinity symbol with a faded green background.
Okay.
You put your library info and then have access to thousands of free audiobooks.
Wow.
I recommend any books by Frida McFadden, great writer with twist endings, and Sandra Brown if you want a little sex thrown in with your story.
Whoa.
Okay.
I love getting boners in the library.
A lot of guys do.
Yeah, but those aren't the kind of guys you want to hang out with.
No, if you're getting boners in the library, you got to leave. Don't knock anything down while you're walking out.
Yeah, Michael said, I missed the library smell.
Aw,
Yeah,
I do
did
too.
I went to my old childhood library back in Lake Park, and it smells the same. It's got, and I don't mean this as an insult, it's got old, musty time, air conditioning smell.
You took Honey Face, didn't you?
Yeah.
I think I saw a video about this.
Oh, good. Did you comment, Sharon Lake? No.
Oh, yes, I did. I think.
No, you didn't.
And I got a question here from old John. He said, my wife has 2 kids that we share custody with. Their biological father, 50-50. The question I have is around boundaries from grandparents versus the mother and the father. FYI, I'm the stepdad, so I stay out of these types of topics. But about 6 months ago, our 8-year-old boy had some testicle issues, and my wife, the mom, took him to the doctor. While at his father's, the kids were at their grandparents', and the grandma asked for the 8-year-old to drop his pants to see how his private parts looked. My wife let the dad know that this was unacceptable and the grandparents shouldn't be looking at the kids' private parts or asking them to show them. Her thought is this is inappropriate and only the doctors or parents should be doing this. And this is sending a wrong message to the children. Fast forward to this past weekend, our 5-year-old boy had an infection on his private part and was prescribed a cream to rub on top of his penis. My wife talked to the dad and made it clear that only her or the dad should be applying this cream and grandma should not. The kids came back today to us and we found out grandma was applying the cream to the 5-year-old's private parts.
What?
How do you feel about this? Inappropriate? Is it okay? Since it's family, we feel if we had girls and not boys and grandma was looking at and touching a girl's private parts, this would be completely inappropriate. Is it somehow okay since it's a grandma with boys? Curious on your thoughts.
This is weird. Grandma is weird. Why does grandma want to do all this, even when you've told grandma it's inappropriate?
You told her no, first of all, and she's
then she
still
put the
doing
cream
it.
on?
No, this ain't.
After it was kind of said, hey, the parents, or at least the mom of this child is not very comfortable with you seeing the private parts, then you're like going, you know what, I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to just put cream all over his penis.
Grandma's weird.
If the parents of the kids say don't do that, you can't do that.
Right.
Especially something like that. If the parents do that stuff.
Well, that's right off. Now you can debate on, whether or not if the parents are like, yeah, we don't care if, that's still weird and inappropriate, that's your own debate. But yeah, in this, just the fact that the mom had said, I don't want you doing that. And then she went on ahead and did it. That's not cool. And so it's wrong on that principle alone. Now we could debate, all right, your grandparents never see kids' private parts or whatever, but that's a different debate.
That gives me a weird feeling in my tummy.
As a kid, I had testicle issues.
Yeah.
I had testicle issues.
Really? What happened?
I couldn't stop touching them.
It felt so good.
He was putting all kinds of cream on his penis,
Oh,
too.
yeah. I bet you did.
Yeah.
Coconut oil and lotion.
I was just, come on. I've seen you take my bait.
All over it. All right. Well, thank you for the emails. Mail at kvjshow.com. You can send them in to us. And we look forward to seeing you all, whoever's got a ticket on Saturday night tomorrow. Going to be out there. Again, if you missed it, we will be recording it and dropping it on the KVJ Show YouTube channel on Sunday after the show's over.
Just know that if you want to get there a little early, you can go hit the lobby bar. There's delicious little appetizers in there that you can have. And you can also get your wristband ahead of time so you're not standing in a long line waiting to get into the ballroom. You can go check in starting at 3 o'clock. So go look for the table with the check-in girls. They're very sweet there at PGA. And they have wristbands for general admission and wristbands for VIP.
Yep.
So go get your wristband early and skip the line.
And a big thank you to our sponsor, Greenway Kia, for making it all possible, and also the PGA National Resort and Spa. We'll see you out there tomorrow night. And everybody else back here on Monday. Goodbye.